Welcome everyone, KD here. With today a little bit of shorter stream, a test stream, because I'm now also live on DLive. I'm trying to stream there. And see if it works. So today I'm just playing a little bit, maybe an hour or so, the demo, maybe even less than an hour, just for testing things out here with DLive and if everything works. I mean, it seems like I'm live with DLive, so that's fine. So I will unlock the screen in a moment. Sorry about that. Yeah, one moment. Okay. Let me get the joy here. So yeah, today. So about first, of course, my game. Right now the demo is live. You can download it for free on GameChord and itch.io. Let me put the link into. You know what? Forget it. I have to put the link anyway in the description at some point. If you're on DLive or no, wait a moment, on. Yeah, anyway, I will put anyway the links in the description, so have to remember to do that for Twitch and also for. That's not where I wanted to go. YouTube. So anyway, I mean, I guess you can go to GameChord and give in the name, and you will find it. And right now I have patch 1.6, 0.1.6, 0.1.6 to be exact. Is the most actual, at the newest version. And yeah, and if you want to have this one, you have to download both the release and the patch. So tomorrow on Friday I will put up a new release with all the patches in. So I do every Friday. That's the plan. Every Friday I will do a new patch and a new release with all the patches, and before that I will just put out patches because smaller datas and so on. However, you have to install the patch manually. It won't install it automatically. Anyway, I can start it. So yeah, and that's what I want to do today. Play the game. Here you see demo 0.1.6. I'll just go a little bit in. So I have already a save file that will go in there. We'll now open the right one. So actually I can go into the description part here and put in the links. And yeah, Twitch, I will put it later on in the description, the links. That's something I should do. No one cares about that. So on DLive I only have in the description the link for game jolts, but if you want to go to itch.io, then you definitely will find it there too. So great. Okay, so I will jump in back here from time to time, just because I don't have a separate display for chats and so on. So what I can do is, at least for YouTube, actually, have the chat open. Have to mute myself. Okay. So we are here in the game. So what I added this week a lot are kind of these quests here. The quests are, they will give you an experience points reward, because I put kind of the progression system, economy, if you want to call it like this. I made it more for the main game, not for the demo version. So the only way to earn experience points in the demo version is to go back into combat and fight and fight and fight. And in the main game you will have side quests, interactions with NPCs and so on. Just there are some different ways to gain experience points, and experience points, if we go into the progression system, everything costs experience points. So if you want to learn an ability, you have to spend experience points. If you want to level up a job, you have to use experience points. If you want to practice, you have to use experience points. So I think if we reach, no, not I think, I know if we reach level 20, we get 20,000, 2,000 experience points boost. So let's try to beat stage 20 and go to the battle. And yeah, so the demo version, the demo version, it is just combat and the progression system. That's the focus of the demo version. So we'll try to hit him with my strongest attack first, see how much damage we can do. See, a little bit down. Probably a difficult fight here. There's already a lot of damage on this stage, and we didn't start with full health. So when we go out of a combat and back into the progression system, we don't recover health, we recover energy and other stuff, but not health. However, if you lose, it's another story. If you lose, then you get your health back, but you won't gain any experience points or anything like that. So he blocked, and I'm not 100% sure why the animation is not working right now. There is a possibility, so I have a little bit trouble with my mouse. I tried to clean it and stuff, but still trouble with it. Because it's kind of cheap mouse, I can't even open it up really. So let's use, yeah, he has a lot of problems with animations. I have to. That's something I have to figure out. Because most of the times the animation work. However, yeah, it's possible. The long range ability I changed, so maybe there's a problem. That took a lot of health from him. So this could be a very close fight. The problem is our reaction time is probably too slow. Maybe if I'm fast. Okay, let's try and get him before he gets us. I could restore my health, but it will be a little bit... I blocked it. Too bad. Maybe you can go one more time. This will be a close one. No, probably not. Maybe. Yeah. Let's try this again. Could restore my health, but it's a little bit at the moment waste of my health potions. Because we missed. Of course we missed. Anyway, we lost. Yeah, we can't at the moment. He missed, so maybe you still have a chance. At the moment, later on you can learn the ability to craft health potions, but right now the only way to get more health potions is to buy them, and they're not the cheapest thing, and we missed again. What's going on? This time at least the animation worked. It was a strange fight to start this day with. Anyway, you will see we will now jump back here. We can't go to the next stage because we lost, but we didn't complete it. Was not completely for nothing. We still got ability points and attribute points from within the combat. So okay, so no, this is fine. So we'll try to defeat him again, not play around too much. We did some good damage there. It is a critical, so this hurt quite a bit. So you see some black text coming up, like defense +1, strength +1, and so on. These are your attributes, and you see in combat. So now we got an agility +1. So in combat we can, by using different abilities and stuff like that, we can get our attributes up, and even if you lose, you will keep the attributes you gained from up to this point. Also, when the enemy attacks, you get this point. So he doesn't have a lot of health, so I will try. Maybe I can defeat him with a short range attack. We managed. He's down. Yeah. And so here you see the list of the attributes, and we gained a lot of points actually. We also got a good amount of money and experience points. And it should be possible, thanks to the quest here, that we can get a little bit more experience points. So completed this one here. Level up jobs 10 times, train for 10 times, and got gold. Coins, I mean. So let's see. I think we can push this one here up. Nothing to learn here. Maybe we will level up the chop or practice a little bit. Let's go first to combat abilities. So this is a new ability I put in. However, you need the slingshot. You need to craft the slingshot to use it, and I think it takes a while to get the right attribute points. Special skills, we still don't know how we can learn this. And this one here, the passive skills are pretty powerful, so they take a while to learn them. Maybe you can do something crafting. More stamina for that. Here is the slingshot. You need prestidigitation a lot. That's with can do that with crafting new stuff. So we can craft here a weapon holster. The problem is this, we need sandworm skin. We need 10 of them. We only have 6. And we get them by the if we defeat the enemy. I think this is our the only 2 abilities. Yeah, this one is crafted. Maybe you can improve something. Let's see. Need more willpower. Yeah, down here also prestidigitation. So we can't improve this one here because at the moment we can't craft a blacksmith hammer. We could buy a grindstone to can improve here. However, I want to save the money. Our next quest here on the completionist is buy survival book, and what I mean with that is here the book Survive the Desert. We want to buy this book, but it is 200 DC and we only have 160. So let's go back into combat. There's not too much. What we could do is practice a little bit. Train, spend some experience points. So the thing is with training is that you get the energy penalty, so you have to know that you get into the next combat with less energy and not full energy. Let's do one more. The problem is with practicing and stuff like that, it starts to cost a lot of experience points. But it boosts your states and other things, so let's try it. Probably this one. Start again with less HP, and because it's with every stage the enemy gets a little bit stronger, so this could be a difficult fight. Let's try. Let's see how much damage we can do. This is our strongest attack. Did quite a bit of damage there. However, he has a lot of HP, so a lot of health. So the enemy, they are their states are in a limited way, randomly generated. In a limited way, I mean it depends on the stage we are in, and it also depends on the enemy type. So if we have an enemy type that has strong attacks, then his strength attribute is more likely to be higher than other attributes and stuff like that. So I want to try throw. We only have 1 stone left. That's something I have. Let's see if I think because I changed something there, I think there is a problem with the animations. I have to check that. Why is the animation not really playing? Yeah, something I will check. Let me write this down. Where is it? Because that's something I did this week, was adding a long range attack, and it's possible that now because of that something with the animation is not 100% working. could have done something else and talk a little bit about the hit points, but anyway. So we lost. It's fine. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about hit points, because hit points are special in a way. It's something I want to add probably around this weekend or so. Kind of wanted to, probably will already, depending on how long the session takes here and how many bugs I will find. I may already start working on this here, but with the hit points there also comes something else, and that is called attitude change, which can change the tide of the battle. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So I will use the smash attack here, and I will attack the purple hit point. So there are 4. I mean, probably in the end there will be even 5 hit point classes, but let's forget the 5th right now, because I'm not 100% sure I will do that. But there are 4. The red one is health, so if you want to kill an enemy fast, then you want to hit the red hit point. Purple we see here is armor, or I call it armor, but it can be body parts, or other equipment, or armor. You can destroy this, the armor or body parts of an enemy, and you can get extra loot. So now what is not in the game yet is when you destroy certain body parts and so on, then the attitude of the enemy can change, and that's something I want to put in. So like right now he is normal fighting, but when you break the armor, what we almost did with one hit, takes just a little bit more. When the idea is that his attitude changes, so maybe he gets angry, and when he gets angry, then his attacks get stronger. However, his defense will go down. He so he had to take and also his hit points, his hit chance to hit us goes a little bit down, but he will also open up his weak point, and weak point will be the third hit point class. I will do it hit points green. Weak points I will do green, and weak points also come with a number, and the number is a multiplier that indicates how much more damage you do. So right now we looted a sandworm tooth from destroying his tooth, and also even if we lose now, we probably will lose, or maybe I will use an health potion. But yeah, the problem with our smash attack, I may have to nerf this a little bit, is that our reaction time after the mid-range smash attack is so slow. See how many times he can attack? That's maybe a little bit too problematic right now. We were lucky at the end because he missed. Yeah, so green hit, and we saw now that the armor hit point disappeared because we destroyed his tooth. So at that moment there would be an attitude change, but it's not only that he gets angry, there's also a chance that he gets cautious, and then he will hide his weak points more. His attacks will come less often and are not that devastating, but his defense will be higher. in this direction, and there will be several attitude changes and so on, and so there is a so it can completely change the tide of battle, and it also can change your tactics when your enemy changes his attitude. Then also his fighting style changes a little in certain ways. We may still have a chance to win this, pending a little bit here. Maybe I will heal this time so we can win. Items. Yeah, that's another thing I have to fix, is that sometimes the animation cycle for items is not 100% working, and I know why it's not 100% working, but I always forget to do it. That's why I have to write this stuff down. Item animation cycle. Then I hopefully think about it next time. Okay. Again, the animation didn't really work. However, it lost quite, I think, more HP than we did damage. I think this is not a bug in the game. This is a problem with my mouse. Because my mouse sometimes registers 2 clicks instead of 1, and then it's possible that we have that we do, because it's like 2 clicks in the row, it's like 2 different attacks, and maybe one attack he blocks and the other one not, and so the animation doesn't know what to do really. But that's just a possibility, because I know tried a lot with this stuff, and with the animation, and I know at some point it worked. But of course it can also be that after adding more stuff and so on, that there is another problem with the animations. This is definitely something I have to fix for the main game, but for the demo, still more important is do the game mechanics work and not unless does every animation and so on. But of course I have to write it down, and at some point I have to go behind the stuff, see what's the problem, so we can strength again. So maybe, so we have here now the problem that our smash attack, we need more, we need to use it more so we can learn this on here. What I can fill up now is, can't fill up health potions, but I can refill my ammo. So I can throw more stones, and I can check if we, you know what, we don't have much HP left, health left, so let's go in a combat, and I want to check again about the stones. Well, I guess there is a problem with the animation now. I know it worked before, and so I guess because I put in a second skill, and this it's in the same animation cycle. Even if the animation is different, it's in the same cycle, so it's possible that I did something wrong there. And now the animation cycle doesn't work correctly. So up to this point the idle one works well. But then here the attack animation is not working correctly. Do we have a second chance? Yes. I'm gonna do it again. No, it's not working. That's really a bug since then. Good that I'm seeing this right now. So I can fix it. That's why it's good. We still can't learn anything new. Let's leave here. Shop 22. That's not enough to get enough money, even at maximum amount. So a little bit the problem with the demo version is that the enemies with every stage get a little bit, because you have one fight and then we jump into the next stage. If you just if you just go always the highest stage, then the enemy's progression is too fast for your progression, so you don't really keep up with the enemy. That's a little bit the problem, because in the main game you have to think about, if you're in a certain map or so, you will encounter the same around the enemies around the same stage. And you will encounter a couple of them, so 3, 4, 5, depending on how long you are there, maybe 10, maybe even 20. If you're grinding, maybe even 100, I don't know. And with that you level up your character, and then after that you go into the next stage with stronger enemies, and you're just already quite strong depending on how many times you fought. But of course it's a little bit on the player, and then maybe it's the next map won't be so difficult with the more enemies because you practice so much. But you don't really have this here in the demo version. However, what I put in is that you can select the stage, so you have to win the highest stage to get to the next stage. However, you can always go back to a lower stage to grind a little bit and stuff like that. What is often helpful, and what we maybe will do, because it gets already quite difficult. It was every fight now was pretty close, and this one is no difference. And then you just have to be one time unlucky and he blocks, or you miss the attack, and then you will lose because of that. So we don't have enough money. What does our quest say? stage 30, level up jobs and train, need more money. We go to the character progression. So what I can try to do is, right now we have not much health left, so we can maybe bring in 2 attacks. So I will use a different attack. Let's try to smash his tooth again. So what I also want to do in the next days, so one is the attitude change, and the second one is bringing in a second player character, and then also more enemy types, and also the possibility to encounter more than one enemy at once. So the end goal of this demo version is not having just this 1 versus 1 combat here, but having at least 2 player characters and maybe up to 5 enemy characters. So you can have in the main game totally free. Oh, I forgot to use Smash. Anyway, you can have free play characters. In combat at once. Maybe I will. So kind of the idea is, because I'm kind of thinking already, I know already about some of my boss battles and so on, and boss battles will be a little bit special. So I think you will have a team of 3. You have to restrict yourself to a team of 3 if you just explore the world, explore the maps and stuff like that, and encounter random monsters. However, boss battles may be different, and you may have more than 3 play characters in maybe even different positions surrounding them. Absolutely, if you have big enemies and stuff like that. So it's something I'm thinking about. But I think I will. I mean, I could change my mind, but I think I will restrict for normal combat to 3 players. So we at least managed to smash his tooth, and we got 1 sandworm tooth. Which is good, before we got defeated here. So let me go. We need here, so we have 8 now. I think I wanna kinda grind a little bit, so I will go in a lower level, in a lower stage, so it should be easier to defeat him. Just to get a little bit experience points, a little bit of loot, and also coins. So, but the thing is with you see, we missed, but it still took damage. I think this was one of these double clicks. We also lost a lot of health, to be honest. Coach can try and improve a little bit other attacks when we are. Here. What was I saying? I completely forgot what was. Now I broke it. um, I seriously can't remember what I was talking about. So he wants to be a little bit annoying here. He has no because our his short range attack is pretty fast and has a pretty fast reaction time. He has not really a chance, absolutely. To react, absolutely, because blocking is a nice passive ability, but there is one little disadvantage with it, and that it costs reaction time. So it delays your next attack. That's why he had kinda no chance to do something, because our reaction time is a lot faster than his the whole time. What's also a little bit because of the low stage we are in right now. I think I know now what I want to say. So there is a couple of disadvantages, of course, if you jump into the lower stages, so you don't not only get. So I will open up my project here. Maybe I will work a little bit on it. So there are a couple of disadvantages if you go into lower stages. The chance to you get in general less coins, so the chance to get more coins is higher if you go into higher stages. So the thing here is thing here is coins, and yeah, I mean coins, mostly coins. They are random how much you get, but like I said, it's higher the level of your enemy is, as higher is the chance that you get more coins. You of course also get less experience points. Experience points are kind of random in a way, but not but indirect randomized, because it depends on the how much attribute points the enemy has, so much experience points you get. So because the attribute points are of your enemy are randomized, also the experience points are kind of indirectly randomized too. But of course, because you get into a higher stage, the attribute points of your enemy is a lot higher. You will get more experience points, or not a lot higher, but it will be higher, so you get more experience points in general. Generally, you will get more experience points. But also the problem is that how the game mechanic works with the attribute points you can gain in combat. Like I said before, the text that pops up when you attack your enemy, and you may have realized that you see a lot less text now. The simple reason is, got another Sandworm tool, is because there is limitation with how much attributes, with how you gain attribute points in combat, and it strongly depends on. And how what it does is it compares your attribute points with the uh, attribute points of your enemy, and what it does then is if your attribute points are higher than the ones from your enemy, then you don't get a chance to get attribute points. However, when the enemy has more attribute points than you, then you gain an attribute point. And that there are two ideas behind it. Of course, there is kind of the idea that you don't get stronger if you just kind of attack a weak enemy. However, if you have to fight a stronger enemy, your attributes will improve because of that. That's the one idea. The second idea is that the problem if I would have the attribute points are extremely important. Actually, how much damage you do, how much health you do, how much health and energy you have, and all this stuff, everything comes back to the attribute points. I mean, there are different ways to improve stuff, but the major thing is your attribute points. So when we see and compare it to one of the other fights, you see, not right now we only got willpower point. Last time we got kind of maybe 6 or 7 points in total when we fought a stronger enemy. That's what I mean. So the second thing is kind of like, because everything depends so strongly on your attribute points, how strong your character is. If I would just give you this freedom to always earn attribute points, even if you attack weak enemies over and over again, then the grinding will be too easy, because then you can just go back to fight very low level enemies, and your growth will be extremely fast, almost the same as if you go against stronger enemies, but against stronger enemies you have more problems. You can defeat weaker enemies faster and easier. So I had to kind of balance this out. That doesn't mean that it's not worth to fight enemies that are weaker, simply because you still get experience points, you get coins, you get you get items you can loot, and other stuff. So, and like I said, everything costs experience points, so it's not like absolutely worthless to fight these monsters, but it won't be as effective as fighting stronger monsters, what kinda should make sense. I'm not sure if we can defeat this guy. So much health, even on this stage. We will see. I'll try. We are pretty close with having enough money. It would be good goal to stop. Yeah, probably won't happen. There will be also more chance to heal yourself later on, but I don't have the right abilities right now. We missed. And of course, this is another point of the demo version, is kind of finding these different balances and so on. So when we go into the main game, it's already quite balanced from the beginning. Of course, it's probably will be very difficult to make it right from the beginning, even with the demo version, just because there are so many more elements getting so much more elements that affect the main game than the demo, where we just have right now this one enemy you have to fight. That was effective. So today, I'm not sure if I even, probably if I find a fix for everything. So we now have at least enough coins. If I find a fix for the animation, I probably will put out the patch today and add a couple of more quests or so to it. So we can now collect this reward, that's nice. But we can also go here and buy this one here. And we can learn here a new ability, however we don't have enough knowledge right now. How did we... Was this really knowledge? Oh yeah. So we have to improve this one here. Let me see. We still, yeah, we always earned only. So what we can, is that worth it? Yeah, anyway, I think that's okay. Shows you got a lot of stamina points. Let's practice at least once. Let's push out shop level 1. So here we can push our knowledge, but for that we have to do our job tasks, and thus all the job tasks are in the improving part. So there is kind of in the demo, there is a little bit this problem that you have to push certain attributes to a certain level, so kind of new elements pop up depending on the attributes you can learn. So right now we have a problem with knowledge and prestidigitation, that they are too low. If we can get them higher, we can actually put a lot into improvements and crafting, learn much more abilities. Yeah. So I think the best thing to do now is wait a moment, quests. Yeah, we can collect this one here. So next one, take stones into point. Did that already. Maybe I have to change this. Meditate 10 times. Ooh, why is here 1? That's strange. Let me check this. Because this is an ability I haven't learned yet. Yeah, so maybe spending the money into the book was not that. I mean, we got a lot of experience points right now from that. However, we can't learn the ability we got from that, and with grindstones we could have improved our weapon, and that would could have given us prestidigitations, and also we probably would got some chop points, so we could have improved our chop. Yeah, so I probably have, yeah, it probably makes more sense to switch this to quests around. Let me write this down. Anyway, so I will quit here the game, because Unreal Engine is open now. I'm not sure if DLive 100% works. Seems to me just loading the same thing. Warning, warning, warning. Anyway, I will see then. I think it saves. Yeah, I will see. I guess it saves the video, at least for a moment, so I can recheck it. Like I said, this is testing DLive here right now, this stream. But we can go a little bit in here. Okay, the meditate one is something we can probably check pretty fast. Demo quests. Let me open this. So meditate, and then the animation thing is probably a little bit more. The problem is I'm not exactly sure where the problem lies with the animation. I know that why I say I know that the problem with the animation picked up with the changes I did was because I changed a little bit a variable that plays with the animation, and probably it's possible that I forgot to change it at some point. Anyway, so let's first check the meditation part here. It's the right. It's the wrong one. No, it's the right one. But of course this is the level, and we start with level 1. Maybe So you have to reach level 11 actually. Maybe I have to rename it. So actually it's correct how it is right now. Yeah. Okay. Let me switch this 2 out here. So what I wanted. I think that's better too. So now I have to change the price to so this one here is now 3,000 experience points. That one is 4,000. So kind of really I could have used this 200 coins actually for grindstones. That probably would have helped in the early stage here right now better than buying the book for an ability we can't learn yet, because we don't have enough knowledge, because we need we can get more knowledge by, like I said, getting a grindstone and improving our equipment. Okay, this is now 3,000. This one here is 4,000. Okay, so these two things are fine. So let's see if we can do something about animations. The easiest thing is I have a special blueprint with the animations. Maybe the mistake happened there. So kind of said I want to start today with setting up the altitude change of the enemy. Problem with that is this won't be I don't know about D-Live if it really works. I will see. It's the old time loading. Maybe it doesn't work really. And maybe it's not that. Maybe problem is I shouldn't stream to 3 sites right now with my computer. Anyway, so I said I want to add this attitude change. So what thing is that it will change animations, but I already did most of the animations I need, so that's done. but still setting up everything, it will take more than one session to do it. So starting it today, but finishing it will be very difficult. And I will do it off stream, just probably, because like I said, I just want to test. Stream today was more for testing the live, to be honest. And kind of this long loading times because of OBS are honestly the reason why I'm not streaming that often right now. Here we have it. Oh, I see. No? Yeah, there's something. No, 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 no. Oh, yeah, I see the problem. I see the problem. Okay. I'm happy that should solve the problem. This, of course, should be an or and not an and, because these are two conditions that shouldn't happen. They can't even happen at the same time. It's impossible. So this has to be an or, and then hopefully the animations will work. That's something we could test out. So that's one thing. Then I also have the item animation cycle. The item animation cycle. I know the problem there. I'm not sure if it's a small thing to fix. Let me check something. Combat animations. Halloween. Yeah, I think so I will see if I stream tomorrow and try to finish the thing with the attribute change tomorrow. The setup is a little bit, it will have to do a lot of animations. I have to set up, change the animations, that's one thing. And then I have to change, yeah. Maybe I can kind of put it in already with a limited form. Maybe it's more than, it's less than I'm kind of worried. Because the animation should be all there, or most of the important ones should be there, so we'll see. So I guess the problem is that it's one thing here. guess. Let me see. Item back. I know. Yeah, I guess the problem is that we which one? Pick up from here to the idle part. We have to bypass it. I have to give it a chance to bypass it. So how do I do that best? If I just put in item number 2, maybe I need another number. Item number 3, item number 3. So I kind of want to bypass this if we didn't jump from here to here, because that's the problem, that we don't. Or do I need to bypass this one here? Wait a moment. Pick item. Oh, 2 item. No, this is back. Yeah, I think I have to do it differently. One moment. I should do it in here. Probably have to do it in the widget. Combat. Commands. Subcommands. Arwin. Items. Because right now when we hover over something on hover, yeah. That's nice. There's the hover. Okay, combat and item. Item effects. Combat player. Let me see. That's the problem. Here we have 2. However, 1. If we do it too fast, then it won't register 1. Actually, it shows, but if we just click on it, I guess the problem is we just press on it, and problem is 1. No, 1 doesn't have this problem. Huh. Maybe this can solve the problem. Maybe. We will see. Let's do a little test round here. That I have to, I'm sorry, open another map. So we can test now two things, see if the long range attacks work now. It's faster than so I guess let's try to use an item so we have enough health to test our long range attacks. So if we go down, we don't have a potion. Okay. Why? Then we just test our long range attacks. That's fine too. Let's first try. No. I don't have stones equipped. That's all wonderful. Yeah, I can't test it right now. Ah, shit. Yeah. Nah, it will take too long. It will take too long. Oh, that's combat. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I think I will set up today as much as possible with the attribute changes now. We'll have to test the things we changed here. I probably will do a patch because there are a couple of changes. I probably will add some quests, so the patch makes a little bit more sense. Quest shouldn't be that long, maybe 15-20 minutes to set up 3 quests. And then I will set up as much as possible for the attitude change, and then tomorrow, I don't know if I will stream it. So what I want to say is that today a patch will go out, probably with the bug fixes we did right now. And tomorrow I will see, maybe I'm not sure if I want to do it on a live stream because it's so it would be great if I could implement it tomorrow. So for the new release, like I said, on Fridays I will make full releases. So there will be demo version 0.2.0 for the next full release. But then it would be cool if we had this attitude change already in it. At least with one attitude. That's the first goal now, is just one attitude, and then in a second step I will add a second attitude change so we can kind of randomize it what will happen, but a little bit depending on the enemy type. One specific attitude change will be higher than the other. That's what I want to say. Yes, and then after that, so that's what I hope we can do up to tomorrow. And because this may take this will be a long process, I don't think I wanna stream it, just because streaming at the moment really slows everything down. Streamlabs eats so much CPU. but this is kind of problematic right now for me. So it's for so there are two things we want. Do I have? I have a health potion, so we can fill it up once. And then of course ammunition. Let's refill this so we can now test out everything. But we should have health should be full, so yes. So then that's today and tomorrow. So today I will see that I can bring out the patch, then set up in as much as possible so I can finish tomorrow without to change. Hopefully for the new release, and then after that, kind of for next week, probably want to start with the second play character at least, adding in the 3D models. The 3D models are more or less done, at least for the demo version. I mean, they're not finished at all, and I may even completely redo the 3D models for the player characters, to be honest. I will see, or not completely, but at least certain parts. So let's test out. No, it didn't work. Problem is, let me go to items. So if I go here, and now it works. Now I can. And the problem is if I do it too fast, then it doesn't work. And that's probably something you always do fast. Maybe the first time or so you take a little bit more time, but after that, if you know what you do, it's quite fast. So I have to kind of make a bypass there so the cycle still works. Yeah, I think let's test out throw first. The animation worked. We can ignore that we missed. Let's check out the other one. This one is anyway pretty unfinished animation, so I'm not even sure. Okay, I see. Yeah, okay, do I have it still open? Can ignore it. Okay, let me add this back here. So what we have to bypass is from here to here. no, actually, let me do this different. We still want the full animations, but we also give it the chance, if we have here two, that when we don't have one but only two, that the animation cycle still works. There's anyway a little bit problems with the animations right now, because of this system that changes when you hover over it. So I probably have to add more kind of bypass things with the animations that it still works. Anyway, now we used our potion. Let me see. Yeah, can I craft a potion? That would be nice. Yeah, let's craft. Let's try this again and see what happens. Maybe it works, maybe not. But that's probably the last thing I do now on stream. Yeah, I'm not sure if this works. Items. No, it's still not. No, it works, but with a little bit delay, but it works. But it's fine. Guess I can live with that for now. Okay, with that, thank you for watching. Like I said, this was a shorter stream. I want to test out DLive. I'm not really sure if it worked. The site was all the time loading. That's maybe just from my side and not. Maybe it's still recorded it. I will see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like I said, I'm not sure. Depending on how far I get today, I maybe will stream tomorrow. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.